So I got my fall flowers from Trader Joe's. I feel like every fall and every Christmas season, they just do a good job about having festive flowers, not just having like run-of-the-mill flowers at Trader Joe's. Which one should I start with? I want to one day take like a flower making course so I can know a little bit about this, because I really do enjoy like putting fresh flowers together. And something I love about Trader Joe's is like you get to kind of DIY them yourself. In a former life, was I a florist? Also, let's talk about where Matt and I are gonna move next. We actually don't have that 100% locked down yet, but it's kind of looking like we might be staying in the Boston area. That's for like a couple different reasons. Basically, my job, you know, I do this full time. I don't know if you know that, but I make a full-time living off of this. And I don't really ever talk about that because that's just like not the kind of content that I make. I'm trying to figure out how much of this I should cut off. Maybe like this much. But it's actually a really good place to be a content creator, Boston is, because there's not a lot of content creators here. So Matt and I have lived a lot of places, and you know, we used to live in LA area, which is like the influencer hub, you would think, right? You would think that's where, like, if you want to be an influencer, where you should live. But I disagree, and this is from someone who's lived in that area, because it is so oversaturated there, and almost to the point to where like I lived there, you know, and I had a decent amount of followers there. I didn't have as many then as I do now, but for a time I did. I didn't get invited to anything. I didn't hardly get that many opportunities. Not as far as like brand deals, like that's not so much affected. It is a little bit, but not that much. I'm just more speaking like for opportunities wise. There's just like way more opportunities. Sorry, the flowers are getting in the way now. There's way more opportunities because there's a need for creators here, and there's not that many Boston creators. There are some, but I'm saying if you compare the number of creators that there are in LA area to the number of creators that there are in Boston, it's like abysmal. So kind of just makes more sense for us to stay in this area for longer. We also love it here. Like, take that out of it, like we are loving it here. Not to say that there's other places that we've liked just as much, if not more. There's also other places that we've liked a lot less, you know. Like, I honestly feel like this area was kind of a slow burn for us, and that has nothing to do with this area at all. It's because I was going through like those traumatic health issues when we first got here, so I wasn't really focused on doing anything other than recovering. So I don't know, it's looking like we're gonna stay here a little while longer, and I'm really excited about it because, like I said, we are loving it. Like, take away opportunities and stuff like that here. There's just something that's so, I don't know. There's seasons here. There's, Matt, what else is here that we like?
Sports.
Matt really likes the sports scene here. Matt's really liking the hospital that he's working at, but he's gonna have to switch to a different hospital that's kind of further out because the hospital that he's currently at, he's like stayed how long? So he's actually probably gonna work a little further out. I can't.
Anyways, we're moving.
But it's not set in stone, so I'm not gonna say officially. But his contract does end, and we are gonna have to move somewhere. When does it end? By January 4th. So we will definitely be moving somewhere, but it's looking like we're gonna stay in the area. So lots of Boston content. That's a new word. I just founded it. Boston content coming. And also, we've been thinking about where we're gonna settle down, and this is like a top contender. I know we've talked a lot about Santa Barbara, which that's not out of the race either. We're also coming towards the end of our travel nurse journey life. We're not completely done with it yet, but we are narrowing down towards the end of doing this. So all things to think about, you know. We'll see what ends up actually happening and where we end up actually landing. It's also like when you factor in California, good luck buying a house there. Okay, Matt picked out these. Aren't they cool? They're like green and unique. But anyways, I'm really excited. Matt and I are actually about to work with our very first tourism board. I say Matt and I because pretty recently he has started working like with me. I did have someone that I'm working with me like behind the scenes on a lot of things, because a lot more goes into this than you would probably think. I know like Matt learned that. Honestly, it's been like kind of a good thing, him working with me. Although, y'all know Aspen Ovard, obviously. I've been kind of like, because she was saying how she feels like her working with her husband was kind of like the downfall of their relationship. So I'm like, oh, cool. But I also think that's a different situation. They were a lot younger and we're a lot older than them. So I think it's different. At least that's what I'm telling myself. But anyways, so Matt and I are working with our first tourism board coming up, which I'm really excited about. The end of this month should be so fun, and I'm excited to do more of that kind of stuff. Also, it's kind of been a late fall. Like this time last year, fall was like already in full effect, and just now it's like being fall. The winter had kind of started earlier on Cape Cod where we were living, which I don't know if it's colder down there normally. I don't think that's the case. I think it's just been like a later fall this year. But all the fall vibes are happening, and oh, look at this. How fall is this? Isn't this so beautiful? Speaking of fall vibes, the perfect fall bouquet. Anyways, I love you guys and I appreciate you so much. Mwah.